Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for taking some time and tuning in this week. And we are absolutely honored to be able to have our guest on with us. And before we go to our guest, I want to just take a moment and remind you we are on socials on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Real simple, Andale Run, and you can find us there. We would love for you to follow us on those accounts, and then also if you could, it just takes a few seconds to be able to follow us on Spotify and or Apple Podcasts and give us a rate, a follow, or even a comment. That would help us out tremendously. So without further ado, Abe, why don't you introduce us to our guest this evening?
Yes, I would. I'm very happy to introduce our guest today. She's run 501 in the 1600, 1040 in the 3200. She was fourth at two-way state championships last year on the track in the 3200. She's a 1634 three-miler on the grass, and most recently, your two-way girls cross-country state champion here in Illinois. This is Sydney Gertsen.
Hey, Sydney.
Hi.
Well, welcome to the show. We are thrilled to have you on. And so thank you so much for taking some time to be with us. First, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Yeah, it's everything's good. Just went through like the normal school day and everything, so it's great.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Mhm.
So real quick question. I know Abe has got some questions here. Before we get to those, how are you still riding? I know it's been like over a week since state here in Illinois. Are you still riding at high? Has it kind of come down now? How's it going? How's it going with that?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely still like riding the high. I mean, like after the race, like for days, I was just in complete disbelief. Like I couldn't even believe like that I had won. And then like every time like people are still saying like congrats to me and stuff. And like I'll walk into school and they'll be like, "Ah, state champ," like stuff like that. So that kind of just like brings me back. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely still riding that high.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I remember because I was there at the end and catching some footage and everything, and just that moment. It really seemed like you were in a complete disbelief
Yeah.
of,
Yeah,
of
definitely.
yeah, what happened. And so, I mean, we'll talk about that and everything here in just a few moments. It just again, congratulations to you on that win and accomplishment of being a 2A state champ and everything. I can't imagine,
Yeah, thank you. Thank
no, of
you.
course. So, Abe, you have a question to start us off on?
Yes, I do. So, throughout the season, you ran 1701, I think at Detweiler, right? That was your PR before. You run
Yeah.
low 17s before. You run some varying races, but going into the state meet, did you expect, a massive drop, almost 30 seconds? Like, did you know that you were capable of a lot more? And, did you expect
Um,
to see a time like that?
yeah, I was going for 16:30. Like that was my goal from the beginning of the season. I
Mm.
ran a 2 mile time trial at the very beginning of the season, like coming off the summer, and I ran a 10:33. So I was like super happy about that, and like I knew my training was like up to par, and I was like ready to like perform well. It is kind of hard because like we don't go to a lot of like super competitive races or like super
Mm,
fast courses. So I
mm,
did like a lot of pacing for a lot of races, and then like I think like one of the times when I like realized that I could run really fast was at conference against like Ali Shuttler and Annika Swan. Like that competition and like performing like well and being so close to Ali Shuttler like really showed me that I could be in that like 16:30 range.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that that really explains like a lot, because I did go on athletic.net and look. I was looking at some times and everything,
Yeah.
and looking at the 16 around 16 was it 16:30, 16:34? I don't remember
Yeah.
now.
16:34, I think
The
it
16,
was. Yeah,
yeah,
one of yeah.
yeah. So I saw that and I was like, man, that'd be interesting to know, like, what was going on. But now that you've answered that, certainly you were pacing a lot, and
Yeah.
of course the competition there is something that is helpful to be able to get that low time that you
Yeah.
got at state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, I have a question for you, Sydney. So like throughout the season, you said you went to some smaller meets and stuff. So how do you kind of stay like mentally locked in and engaged throughout the season when you're not always racing, people on the same level, or you're not always gunning for a PR and a super fast course. So how do you like stay focused throughout the season?
Yeah, I just trust my training. Like my coaches, they like do my training so I perform well at the right time. I was training through like all my races throughout the season,
Mm,
so that was good because I didn't have to like taper for any like kind of big races. So that was like a great part. And like I paced myself how I wanted to perform at state. Like I would do races at a slower pace and then like push in the miles that I wanted to push for at state. So I was still like training for that state race even though I was like pacing a lot. But I found it fun. Like I liked to like run with my teammates and pace my teammates and like be able to do that. So that's like one of the best things for me is just like bringing the team together and doing like anything I can to help.
mm.
Hmm, that's
That's
good.
awesome. So you mentioned, you mentioned your team. Uh, was the team qualified for state? Is that
Yeah, we
right?
got 14th.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
that's good. So with the team, how for you, how was that camaraderie? Was that something that was really helpful for you? You know, running throughout the season and then also at state, like how was their response to your win and all those things?
Yeah. Yeah, we had a lot of new freshman girls come in. We have Fiona and Talia who are in our top five, and then also my best friend Ashlyn. She's been with me since freshman year. She's been on my team and she like has supported me throughout everything. Like I can always like look to her for like support. And bringing the team to state, like it was an amazing experience. Like I'm glad the freshmen were able to come and experience that. And like I know next year, like this year they already did amazing, so I can't wait to see what they're gonna do next year. But yeah, they were in like shock after. They were like showing me all the photos and they were like, "Oh my God, oh my God." And they were like, "I'm with the state champ." Like they were super sweet about it. Like I really love
Oh,
my team. Like they're my biggest supporters.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really awesome, and what a great moment to share with them.
Yeah.
So speaking of like those the freshmen girls, so like was there anything that you were telling them throughout the season, like uh, encouragement or anything like that, or advice? Was there anything you were sharing with them?
Yeah. I think me and my friend Ashley kind of play like good cop, bad cop. Like I think I'm more of like the strict person and I'm like training like we need to do this, we need to do that, and then she's kind of like more lenient. But I mean, on like training days, like running, I'm serious, but then like I would hang out with them on like the weekends and like we would like just have like fun conversations. I just try to like keep a balance because like freshman year, like a lot of people don't take their training seriously and that's fine. I mean, you're just like getting into it. Like you don't need to be like training all these miles and super hard like right from the beginning. Like you want to like slowly get into it and like have fun because if you're not having fun, then like you're not going to love the sport of running.
Mm,
So I try to keep like a good balance and just like really encourage them and like keep their mental like stable like because I know how important that is like mentally, especially for running. Like once you get to high school, it's like a whole different ball game.
yeah.
Hmm.
So you said keeping it fun.
Mhm.
So how have you been able to keep it fun throughout the season when sometimes maybe you're not running your best race, but you maybe get frustrated or whatnot. So how have you been able to keep it fun for yourself and your teammates throughout
Yeah.
the season?
Yeah, we do like a lot of things. We go out to breakfast after like meets or lunch, whatever like time it is, and like after practice we hang out. We do like theme weeks. Like we try to like keep it very chill. And then like after races, if I didn't have like my best race or anything, like I really just try to keep that out of my mind because I know you can't change like what's already happened. And like if you dwell on it, then it's just gonna make it worse. So that's what like I try to do and I just try to like if I didn't have the best race, then I don't want to like reflect that onto my teammates and like them get down too. So I
Mhm.
try to just like lift people up and say to just like move on and like every race is not going to be your best race. Like you can only like move up from here.
Yeah.
So like I,
Go ahead,
I
Ed.
like talking about like the team atmosphere. It sounds like your team is very supportive,
Yeah.
and like talking about your coaches more. Like, what were your teammates and your coaches kind of like whispering in your ear? Like, were they telling you, you can win state, like you got this, or were you aiming more for like, I want to be close, or what were your coaches kind of telling you about the race, like the state race?
Yeah, my coaches leading up to state, they knew like I had the possibility to win. We really started to realize it like when we got moved up to 2A. Like we were
Hmm.
like looking at the girls and we were like, wow, like I could actually have a chance to win because in 1A like that's crazy. I'm glad I got
Yeah.
out of that. But yeah, they tried to keep me like not put too much pressure on me. Like
Mhm.
they told me that I did have the ability to win, but they said like run your own race, like you've done this before. And then the week of state, I started to put like a lot of pressure on myself because I was sick and I strained my
Uh-huh.
hamstring like the week
Mm.
before state. I did it the day before sectionals. And so like that just kind of like set me back mentally. Like both things went wrong. So my coaches like weren't putting any pressure like on me winning state at all. They were just like, we want you to be at your best on the day of state. Like I only ran I think like 2 or 3 days that week. I probably had like 14 miles on the week. That's why I didn't do any like postseason races because I was like, I just need to like recover. But
Right.
yeah, they just tried to like keep my mental up and they knew like I could do it. They were like, you've trained for this, you've put in every single thing like you can to perform well on the day. Like the week before state, just because you didn't run a lot, like you're gonna be fine. Like it's all gonna like work out.
Yeah. I mean, Sydney, like that's pretty amazing. Like, so you had your hamstring was injured,
Yeah.
and you were sick leading up to state.
Yeah, I was
So,
sick last year at state too. I got strep before state last year.
oh,
This year is just like a head cold, so it wasn't as bad. And then
okay.
state for track, I did the same thing with my hamstring. I tweaked it like the week
Mm,
before at sectionals at track. So I like was used to it. Like I've gone through it before, so I knew that like my body could push through. So that like helped me a lot mentally.
wow. So you had like a Michael Jordan flu game
That's what
when
my coaches kept saying. They're like, you know Michael Jordan. I was like, okay, yes. Yeah.
yeah. Abe, you had a question?
Oh,
It sounded like
I was gonna mention something. Yeah, like so, like from an athlete, I know, when you put in all this work and you have all this build up towards one race, you can't get nervous, but it's like it all doesn't come together sometimes. Like sometimes you put in all this work and you go really far, but it doesn't come through. So this time, when it does come through, it just feels so good that you did all this for this moment and you achieved it. So like when you won state, what was the first thought that went through your mind?
Relief. Like I
Yeah.
was
mm,
relieved that like all of the training and all of the pressure and like all the thoughts in my mind that were finally just like calm. Like I was in complete disbelief too. I just like couldn't even believe it happened. Like my face was shocked for like 10 minutes after. Like I could not believe it. But yeah, I was just over the moon. Like I was so happy.
yeah. Sydney, could you maybe walk? We'll go back right to that day at state a
Mhm.
little over a week ago now, because I was there at the end and I was watching. And Foster, she had, I mean, she had a little bit of a lead, and she fell. I don't know, if she tripped or whatnot, but I noticed that her, she like her body was not responding in the way
Mhm.
that she had hoped. So when you saw all of that unfolding in front of you, like what were were there any thoughts that were going through, or were you just like, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna,
I started to catch up to her and I was just confused. I was like, what is going on? And then I saw her fall and I was like, my first thought was, should I help her? But then
right?
like I know that like athletes, like whatever, I like you get disqualified, stuff like that. So I was just
Mm,
like, okay, I'm gonna take this chance and I just finished. Like I don't even know. It was honestly just a blur. Like there was so many
mm,
thoughts, but also like no thoughts at all going through my
yeah,
mind. Yeah.
yeah. So when you finished, and of course, you've mentioned the relief that you felt,
Mhm.
the disbelief that was going on. Because we were able to capture a moment when you were hugging your coach, And then there was I don't know if he was an assistant coach, but he said, I caught him on mic saying, "That's why you run the race because you never know what can happen." Something along those lines is what
Yeah,
he
it
said.
was like yeah, it was Coach Zazo, I think he said like, never give up, never give it up, like you never know what can happen at the end of the race. Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
head coach. That's the girls' head coach, and then the
Okay.
one I hugged first was Coach Brechtel, the boys' head coach. And
Okay.
yeah, they're like super supportive of me. I love them. They're the best coaches ever. Brechtel's more like the like hype man, like he's like, yeah, yeah, like you guys like he's super like in your face, while Zazo's more like the person with like the numbers and he's like
Mhm.
in like kind of more reserved. So like when he says stuff like that to me, like it means a lot because I know how like proud he is of me. So
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. I mean, um, that's a great mentality and also a way to look at things like you never give up because
yeah.
you never know what's going to happen at the end, and everything. And so, because I was curious. I had gone back and I looked at some different like rankings and like predictions from some other from some other people that were putting things out before state. And for the most part, what I saw was a lot of them had they thought Foster was going to win and everything. And so, of course, that didn't happen. And here we are, sitting with a 2A girls champ on our podcast. And I mean, it's still so amazing and wonderful because no one's ever going to be able to take that away from you, and
Yeah.
you accomplish that, and you put in all the hard work and discipline to be able to do that. And so one a question that I would have is that for any ladies that may be listening that are running. I have my youngest daughter is a runner. She just had her first cross country season. What sort of advice would you give uh, well, not just ladies, but anybody really that is starting out running and wanting to possibly achieve what you achieved a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, my biggest advice is like lean on the people around you. You can't isolate yourself like on your own. Like I've gone through that. I've tried to do that and like it just gets to you mentally, like, you just feel all alone and, like, you don't wanna reach out to help or, like, support for other like, from other people because you don't wanna seem weak, but my biggest
Mm,
advice is just, like, really reach out to, like, your loved ones, like, I talk to my mom all the time, like, she's always helping me out mentally, and, like, make yourself like you wanna be a good runner, but you also are, like, an individual on your own, like, you can't tie yourself to
mhm,
running. That was one of the biggest things I had to get over, like, I was always tied to running. I've been running, like, my whole life. My brother was a runner, my sister was a runner. Like, I grew up, I wanted to be just like them. I started running on a team, like, 4th grade, so it kinda was,
mm,
like, my whole identity for a while, and, like, eventually, when I started to get older like, in the, like, younger years, like, it was just fun, like, that's what it
yeah.
was, but, like, when I started to get older, like, it started to get to me, like, I started to stress myself out so much, like, I wouldn't perform how I wanted to, or, like, if I had one bad race, like, I would value myself on that, and, like, you really just have to take like, you have to step outside of your own body and, like, look at yourself as a person and it's just like it's never that deep honestly like people don't value you on how well you perform and that's like one of the biggest things that I had to realize.
Wow, that's really good, Sydney. Like what you just said is something that I wholeheartedly believe in.
Yeah,
Before we jumped on here, I had mentioned to you that running is something you do; it's not who you are.
yeah,
And
definitely.
because a lot of people, a lot of athletes can get are tied up very easily in a sport that they have always done and they're
Yeah.
currently doing or that they're really good at. So, what is something practical maybe that you did because you just said you had a lot tied up in the identity of running there. What I kind of wonder like what is something practical that you started doing and what that helped like separate that where you said you know what I'm a person and running is what I do. It's not everything who I am. So is there something practical that you did?
Yeah, I went to a sports therapist. I
Mm,
still do. Like I talk to them all the time, just to help me out. And I like one of the best things is like I look at myself through like I don't know, anyone, like someone in my school, like I look at myself like through their eyes and I'm like do they really care if I ran like a PR at this race? Like it's like they really don't. Like they see me as a person on my own, and like running doesn't like value who I am. So I just try to think of it like that. Like it's just any other race. Like when you get to the big races like state, like you can't think of it as like this huge thing, because then it just gets blown out of proportion. Like it's a high school like cross country race. Like yes, it's a huge deal, but at the end of the day, if you like get first or you get like 50th, you can always grow from that. Like that doesn't define who you are.
Mm.
So like,
Really, go ahead, Abe.
I was gonna say, like you talk about running not being uh, all of what you are. What are like some other things outside of running, like other hobbies or stuff that you do that that you enjoy as well?
Yeah, I would say like school's like a huge part of my life. I'm really like dedicated. I want to become a physical therapist. My mom's a physical therapist and my sister's studying to be one. So that's something like I aspire to be. And then just like hanging out with my friends, keeping things like normal life. Those are like the I don't know, I don't really like I like swimming a lot, like in the summer, like hanging out outside, going on trips,
Mm.
like we go skiing or like during spring break we'll go to like Mexico or something. Just like hanging out with my friends and family and like separating that from running is like really nice.
Nice. So, from what you said, it sounds like you like to be a little adventurous. I mean,
Yeah.
skiing is, yeah. So, what's the most adventurous thing you've done? You think you've done so far?
Um Adventurous. Oh, I would say when I went to Mexico, we did like the not like the bungee jumping, but like the swing, like the huge like drop swing
Okay,
thing.
yeah.
And so that was like really cool. It's like a 300-foot drop, and I like forced my sister into it, and like it was really fun. And she was like freaking out, but we had so much fun. Yeah, I love like roller coasters, anything like kind of adrenaline rush. Like I love doing
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. That reminds me when you said about the swing. Abe, when he was younger, a few years ago actually, you remember he jumped off the Eagle. It was like
Oh
a
yeah, in North Carolina.
yeah, it was just a straight drop down. I don't know, I forget how high it was.
I think it was a
It was
100-foot drop.
incredibly
That's
yeah, and
insane. Yeah.
he just had like a line connected to him, and I was just
Yeah.
like, oh man.
That's so fun.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So, Cindy, you mentioned that you were seeing a sports like psychologist therapist.
Mhm.
Um, so is that something that you would encourage like others to do? If so, why?
Yeah, I would definitely encourage others to do that. I was so against it. Like my mom kept being like, "You can see like a sports therapist, like you can do that, like it'll help you so much." Because I would just stress myself out to like a different level. Like it was not like it's just not good to do that to yourself. Um and I was like so against it. Like I thought it would be like awkward. I didn't want to like talk about my feelings or like seem weak towards people, but honestly like opening up like that, it's like the best thing you could do. I wrote like my college essay on how I like found myself as a person outside of a runner. Like I find that so important. Like reaching out for help, it's like not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of like strength and that you realize that you like do need someone to talk to. So I would
Yeah.
definitely recommend like anyone who is in sports who's like super stressed out and like blows things out of proportion, I would definitely say to like talk to a sports therapist. It's helped me a lot.
Wow. So so it sounds like so you could see a difference before you started seeing the therapist and then after. I mean, is that right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Wow.
know
Okay.
why, like, state track is just so nerve-wracking. Like, it's scarier than state cross country. Like, I don't know why. That was like the moment, like, freshman year, state track. I freaked myself out so much. I don't know why. I don't know what it was, but like, that was the moment when I was like, okay, like, I can't let this start affecting my performance. Like, I don't need to be
Mm.
stressed out to this level. And like, that was the moment I realized that like talking to someone would help, and it's definitely helped me so much with like confidence and like even pushing myself mentally during the race. Like I've learned phrases to repeat in my head, like ways to like push myself and not let that like second mile get to me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you mind sharing maybe one of those phrases that you would, tell yourself?
Never give up, definitely. Like when I'm running, I'm just like, don't give up, don't give up. Like that's one of
Yeah.
the phrases I like repeat in my head for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things that, so I've only run one marathon. Like I've been wanting to do another one, but I've only done one. And
Wow.
that's one of those things that I would do. Well, two things. I would either tell myself like why I'm running it, remind myself,
Yeah.
or I would like look at something like way ahead, like, okay, if I
Hmm.
can just get there,
Yes,
you know,
definitely. Like breaking
yeah.
it up is very helpful. Yeah.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Hmm.
That's at least it helped me tremendously
Yeah,
with
definitely.
that. So, and so you said I caught that. So you're not doing any postseason races,
No.
like running lanes. Okay.
Yeah.
So and are you looking to do indoor track?
Yeah, definitely.
Uh, Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So
Yeah,
is
I've
there
like just started like training again. I took
okay,
like 10 days off, so
sure. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Or something like that.
is there any particular meet that you look forward to that you're going to
For
participate in?
indoor track, I
Yeah.
might want to do like one of the like big indoor races. I don't really know a lot about them. I don't, the only like big track race I've gone to is Arcadia in California,
Okay.
and that
Hmm.
was super fun. I loved that experience. Like outdoors, that was insane. It was like the craziest atmosphere I've been in. But yeah, indoor meets, I don't know. I'll like have to see. But
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you go to Arcadia this past
yeah, last track
season?
season. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what did you participate in there? What event?
Yeah, I did the 3200.
32. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, the 32. Was Jane Hedegren in that one?
Yes, well, I
Yes.
didn't race against her. I
Oh,
watched her
okay.
race and it was
Yeah.
insane. Like she would be coming around and she was like 20 seconds in front of everyone and like people would cheer for her and then like sit down and I'm like all of these girls are about to break 10. Like, do you guys not know how crazy that is? I was like it was insane. Like she just completely dominates fields. It's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
she's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And I met her I met her parents briefly. Really, really great people, and I can imagine she's just as good or even better,
Yeah.
person wise, and everything. And uh, so for you, Sydney, like, we like to try to get to know our guests outside of running sometimes, or well, not sometimes, but all the time. So we always try to ask some questions that would help people kind of get to know you a little bit.
Yeah.
So right now, what would you say is in your top in your on your playlist, maybe the top three songs or artists that you've been listening to quite a bit?
Yeah, I like country music. I grew up on country music. I live on a lake, so like that's just the vibe, like on the boat and stuff.
Okay,
So my top three artists right now, probably Megan Maroney. She's like, I
okay,
think she just came out with a new album or is about to. And Chris Stapleton, I love him. I went to his concert over the summer, and I went to Megan Maroney's, and both of them were insane. Like they were so good. And then my third one, probably Zach Bryan. I went to his concert last year in the winter, and that was the first
okay.
concert I've ever like been to, so he's like a special place in my heart. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Uh, I wish I could say I listen to country music, but I don't.
Yeah, a
Uh,
lot of people don't. Yeah. When I
well,
say
I
that's my
mean,
favorite, people are like, I'm like, I love
I
it.
mean,
Yeah.
if you enjoy it, you enjoy it, and that's all that counts. I just I grew up in the South, and that's all I heard around me a lot of times, and
Yeah.
I was like, ah, no. So, okay, so we got the music. So, are you or have you seen any of the Stranger Things seasons?
Yes, I've seen them all. I'm so excited.
So, you're excited? Will you be watching it this
Yes,
next week?
definitely. I'm so excited. Yes.
Okay,
I love Stranger Things.
so I got to ask, who has been your favorite character in the show?
Um, Probably 11. I don't know. I
Okay.
always like the main characters for some reason. Like I always root for them. So
Okay.
probably her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. So I watched the show. I forget. It was a while ago, but the one thing that I will always say is that they did my man Bob wrong. My man Bob should have lived for another season.
I know. They just kill off people. Like why are they
I
doing
know.
that? Yeah.
Yes, yes. If you haven't seen the show, you need to. I just probably ruined. I forget what season
Spoilers.
it is, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
You're gonna
yeah,
have to put
if
like a
you
spoiler alert.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have to put that. So yeah, so I plan on watching it when it comes out. And will you go to the theater or watch that last episode of the season?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so I don't this part I don't know how much you know of this, but we'll ask and see if if you have a preference. So between Marvel Comics and DC Comics, is there a preference that you have?
Marvel.
Marvel?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
So
Common
is
answer.
I
there
don't really
somebody?
watch DC a lot.
No,
Mm.
okay. So who's your person in Marvel?
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
We asked that to Michael Haskins, and he said, who do you say? Oh, it's
Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Spider. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, Spider-Man.
Hmm.
So that's good. I mean, Iron Man is a solid choice. You know, he's pretty smart and he has all the technology. So.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, of course, we got indoor season coming, and then right after that is outdoor season. We hope to be able to at least catch some of those meets, and if you're at one of them, that'd be awesome to be able to say hello in person,
Yeah.
and everything. And I think we haven't really talked about it, but we may check out. I know Misfits is a pretty big indoor meet. It's like one of the first ones in January or whatnot.
Mm.
So if you're there, then we'd love to say hi and
Yeah,
everything. So
definitely.
yeah. So with that, Sydney, I just want to say again, thank you so much for taking some time and coming on and sharing not only your experience at state, but also your experience at going to see a sports psychologist,
Yeah.
therapist, and that's always it's always good and everything. And so, thank you again so much. And for those of you who are listening, thank you for taking time and listening to this incredible and hopeful and also helpful show with Sydney. And we just want to take a moment and remind you to take some time and follow us on the socials. Hit that follow button on Spotify so you won't miss a show, and you can share it with your friends and family. And we will be here. And so I won't sing it. I know I say this every time. I said it last time I did sing, but I won't sing this time because I don't want to make Sydney's ears bleed. So I will just say I hope everybody has a great week, and whatever you do. Uh, just remember this voice that's saying to you in your head, Andale, so you can get your things done. Hey guys, thank you again for your time, and we will talk to you later.